Oke, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Selamat siang, salam sejahtera semuanya. Now we come to the next session. We just are directly talking about the proposal written by senior high school student perception toward the use of C-tests to enhance vocabulary mastery. Okay, the use of C-test ya. Jadi dari segi apa? Dari segi sorry, judul. So the title is fine. The only problem perhaps, if it is a problem, ya. Okay, Regina, are you here now? Sorry, Regina, not yet. Oke, sudah. Okay, Regina, can you hear me? Hello?
Yes, sir.
Sorry. Now, C-test, yeah. Do you think that C-test is familiar to students? What is C-test? Your title is the perception of C-test, you know. If it is perception, then we have to be sure that the student is familiar with the C-test. Can you comment?
So I think they are familiar enough with C-test because it's some kind of gap fill exercise yang sudah sering dipakai di pelajaran apa to test English language skill itu, sir.
Okay, now how many participants do you think that you are going to have?
Participant, I think it's about 60, taking like 2 classes.
Okay, that's good. Yeah, if 60, I think that's okay lah. Yeah, walaupun actually if you can have more, is better. Yeah, because if you have the perception, meaning that you are going to use a survey, and the survey participants should be more. Yeah, if you can increase the number, I think is preferable. I mean, if possible, you have to have more participants, yeah? Not only 60, but below 60 is like 50 or 40. It's not possible to have this, yeah. Now 60 is accepted, yeah, but if you can increase the number, that's much better. Okay, now you have only one single questions, yeah. So what are the student perception? Okay. The background is fine in terms of the number of the words. I think it is okay. Now, but how you introduce, yeah, C-test, I think that's important. If your title is perception, so meaning that this product is already available and already familiar by the student, but it is considered a bit new product. Ya. Jadi kalau kita judulnya perception, itu adalah harus tentang sesuatu yang baru tetapi sudah familiar gitu ya. Kalau barangnya sudah lama, kita hanya perception itu sebenarnya sudah tidak up to date lagi. Nah, seperti itu. Okay, so I mean, you can try to what's that? Have a look once again, yeah, your introduction. So if it is possible, I mean, if the introduction already formatted according to what I just said, it's okay. But if not, you have to revise something like that.
Yes.
The terminology, CTES is alternative closed test. Let me check. Is alternative to closed test, the difference, blah, blah, blah. Why do you think that CTES is important? How it is different from the closed test?
So I think C-test is way easier than closed test because in
Easier in what term? I mean, what do you mean by easier?
yeah, so closed test in closed test, the gap fill, I mean the dilation is like the whole word, while in C-test only the second half of the word. So there is some kind of clue.
Okay. Sorry. Wait a minute. Okay. All right, the opinions, better experience. Okay, that's good. Descriptive, this is not necessary to put here because this is part of the methodology. All right, now next, literature review, vocabulary in language learning. Now, your topic is actually about perception, yeah? Now, perception should come first, yeah? Why perception is important in learning, yeah? In terms of learning, why perception? Where is the position of perception? So I think you need to have a good explanation how you are going to to connect between perception and learning. Yeah, many times I have mentioned. Yeah, for example, perception is important in terms in terms of that. People who have a good perception, positive perception, will help them to learn better. But if they have negative perceptions, usually they try to reject or to ignore, yeah, the ideas. And so that's why perception is kind of the good start before attitude, yeah. So attitude will grow with a good perception, something like that. So meaning, meanwhile, attitude is very important for learning. So, so in that section, I think you need to talk about opinion, perception, attitude, yeah, toward the test. Now, remember your topic is actually not really about vocabulary, but more on the test. Yeah, the test. Why, for example, someone need C test. Yeah, C test is kind of test. Why, for example, someone who are learning vocabularies need to be familiar with C test and so on like this. Yeah, because your topic, yeah, is actually two keywords, the perception and C test. Yeah. Now, C test can be, I mean, the content of C test can be vocabulary. Is it also possible for reading, for example, or for grammar, for C test? Or
Yes,
C test
sir.
is only for vocabulary?
It's actually to test general English language proficiency, but I found some journal article that tries to find whether it is effective to test vocabulary or not, then hasilnya it is effective.
Yeah, so meaning that, I mean, my question is that CETAS is actually for every language skills, not specifically for vocabulary. It can be for reading, it can be for grammar, right?
Yes, sir.
So meaning that CETAS, so you need to explain about CETAS. Oh. Sorry, ntar ya. Ya, Pak Ikan.
Saya disuruh pulang, Pak. Nggak ada penyakit spesifik.
Oh iya.
Mau pulang untuk
Oh iya.
apa pikiran itu? Bapak kalau banyak. Bapak ada kan saya bilang itu. Jadi apa Pak? Vitamin D bertenang. Darah ada turun satu video pun masih Bapak dari apa?
Ya bukan Bapak bilang bisa lah.
Oke. Tamu ini sudah juga.
Kan khawatir lah. Semuanya nggak saya siapkan.
Saya tekankan itu ya.
Iya.
Itu maksudnya. Kalau yang ngomong deh, kalau saya tunggu bawa siapa?
Kita semuanya saya siapkan.
Oke. Ini apa?
Hah?
Saya juga semua negatif.
Alhamdulillah. Sorry, yeah, Pak Dekan coming. All right, now, so once again, your topic is about perception, the importance of perception for learning, and C-test. Now, the secondary topic is like vocabulary, vocabulary in language learning and something like that. But do not spend too much on this, because that actually this is not really your primary topic. Yeah. Now you need to here it should be you talk about perception, and the second part. This is perception. Yeah, perception, and yeah, how to measure perception. Di bagian ini nih yang paling penting ya. Bagaimana how to investigate perception? Pakai apa? What are you going to use?
To collect the data, sir,
Yeah.
I will be using questionnaire and interview.
Questionnaire. So are you going to make yourself the questionnaire, or you use the formats that are already available?
Maybe it's like maybe I will make it by myself, but using some theoretical framework.
Nah, yeah. I do encourage you to use the already available survey, yeah. And here actually in this section, I mean, once again here, you should have talked about how to measure. Here is what kind of survey you are going to use. Yeah. So ibaratnya kisi-kisinya itu sebenarnya sudah harus di sini. So what aspects of, for example, C-test is you really need to know. I mean the student needs to know, yeah, which part of the C-test that the student need to know, yeah, about that. So in this section, once again, you talk about that. Nah, C-test yang kedua, bagian kedua, ya jelas you are talking about C-test. You need to really talk clearly and comprehensively about the C-test, ya. Bagiannya apa saja, kenapa ini jadi apa ya? Jadi salah satu jenis tes, apakah tes ini adalah standardized atau bentuknya seperti apa dan sebagainya, ya. So you need to explain here. Is a C-test is kind of application or the kinds of tests?
It's just a kind of test, sir.
It's kind of test. So this is kind of conventional test, right?
Yes.
Why do you think that CTES is, significant? Why? Does it
Significant
make
to
it different gitu? Does it make it different if you test with, usual test and test using CTES? Does it make it different?
I think it's just because CTES is it has ease of administrative, cost effective, and also efficient and easier to for scoring.
Hmm.
It's-
If it is the case, so I think, do you think that the student need to know about that, or the teacher need to know about that? Because usually test is for teacher. I mean, test is kind of tool for teachers, yeah, to measure their students. Not, for example, the test is used for by the student. Usually test is created by the teacher, but now you are asking the student about their opinion. So what do you think about that?
I think the point is that this research is about to find out whether the students' attitude towards CTES to be later, maybe it can be developed by teacher to be some kind of efficient and practical.
So meaning that
This
you are kind of introducing the C-test.
Yes.
Yeah. So that's why in this section you really need to talk a lot about C-test. Yeah. Yeah. Perhaps the structure, perhaps the development, or the one already perhaps developed. You need to give some example and so on. So discuss, yeah, a bit more detail, yeah, about the C-test. Now this, kalau ini apa nih? Ini mungkin naikkan ke atas tempat tadi kan, perception
yes.
in language assessment. Oke, ini perhaps not, judulnya jangan previous study, mungkin ya C-test in apa, to measure, for example, C-test, ya, C-test to measure language skill misalkan atau language mastery ya. Jadi di sini isinya ya, the contents of this section is talking about what's already done, yeah, by other people, yeah. So you talk about this. I think this okay, this one. Now, conceptual framework, once again, actually to summarize, to synthesize the theory about perception and the description of C-test. So actually in conceptual framework, this is the cross section. I mean, this is kind of the summary of C-test and summary of the perception, ya. Jadi bagaimana misalkan perception itu bisa mengukur bagaimana attitude siswa untuk tentang C-test. Yang mana C-test itu adalah bagi salah satu cara ataupun alat untuk mengukur kompetensi. So this is the intersection of these two topics in your research. Yeah, that's conceptual framework. Okay, now methodology, research methods. Perceive, yeah, C-test in enhancing vocabulary. Okay, this is a survey using questionnaire interview I don't know why you use this. So what's the interview for? What is, I mean, a questionnaire is also asking questions, interview also asking questions. So what is the difference between questionnaire and interview?
In my proposal, it's just to give more more understanding of students' attitude towards
But
the
your research question is not asking that. Your research question is only asking about the perception. So I think perception can be completed, yeah, using questionnaire. So if you have, let's say, if you have these tools, meaning that you want to have more data. So the question is that if you are not asking, if your research question are not asking about the detail of like CTES or whatever, so what the interview for? I think you need to be clear about that. I'm not saying that you cannot use interview. Of course, you need, I mean, you are allowed to use interview, but you have also to be clear, yeah, what's the interview technique, yeah, what's interview is for, yeah, what's the information from interview for, something like that. And population and sample, because I think you said that your participant only 60, about 60%, I mean 60 students or respondents. I don't think that you need to talk about population and sample. You just talk about the participant. Who are they? And perhaps you can give also the background information about the participants' familiarity of the C-test. Yeah, why you believe that they know about C-test. Yeah, I mean you have to talk to have some description about the condition of the participant, the characteristic of the participant. Okay, and data collection questionnaire. Questionnaire first, okay? Now, the questionnaire, you need to, in this section, you need to talk about, explain clearly about the questionnaire. You need to have, for example, the table of specification. For example, how many questions do you have, yeah, in your questionnaire? And let's say how many? 20 or only 50 questions? How many questions are you going to have?
I have.
You don't know yet. Now, at least you have to know the section, yeah, the sections of the questionnaire, yeah.
Sir, actually I have made the table of specification, tapi di bagian appendix.
No,
So
you
is
have to put here. You have to explain here, yeah.
is
You did not mention that you have appendix in this section, ya. Padahal kan kalau ada kan harus ada hubungannya dengan cerita di sini. Okay? So this is the place for you to explain questionnaires completely, fully, yeah, in this section. How you are going to develop the questionnaire, what the questionnaire is all about, asking about what, yeah, what aspect of C-test use in vocabulary mastery, for example, like that. Now, interview, I said before, yeah, I'm not really sure if you really need the interview, yeah. You can use interview if you do need the more details about something or some topics, yeah. And in this case, yeah, if you need this interview, so meaning that you have to add more your research question, yeah, regarding to what's that? The topics of the interview that you are going to ask. Yeah, perhaps. Yeah, because you ask the factors, for example. So then your interview perhaps need more. You can use the interview, but if, for example, you need only superficial information about that, so then you can include the additional questionnaire, yeah, on more topics, yeah. What I'm saying is that if you think that you do not really need the details of the information, the great detail of the information, I don't think that you need to have the interview. You just need the questionnaire, yeah. Okay, data analysis, you need this one, descriptive statistic, but you have to explain what you mean by descriptive statistic, how to calculate, yeah, what the formula are you going to use, ya. Nah, di bagian sini dia. Nah, kalau ini tadi tergantung lagi, ya. Ini the process of qualitative. Yeah, I'm not going to talk about this in detail because I don't think that your research is really in need for interview or qualitative data. Unless you have more questions about your research. Okay, reference at glance is okay, yeah. Have to be consistent, and your okay, I think the format should be only single line, yeah, but between the entry you can have double, yeah. For example, like this, ya. Caranya misalkan begini, ya. So kita ambil paragraph. This is a single line, and before and after it is 12. Yeah, something like this. It will look like this, ya. Nah, jadi seperti ini dia jadinya. Kalau apa? Kalau untuk yang referensi. Okay, I think that's basically now that's the questionnaire. We don't call it blueprint, ya. Jadi questionnaire, aspect of questionnaire gitu aja, atau table of specification of the questionnaire. Biasanya aspek ataupun question section. Kan ada level of confidence, level of difficulty, learning strategies. Nah, ini tuh terlalu, saya nggak tahu. Makanya itulah tadi saya sarankan kalau kita ngambil yang sudah jadi mungkin akan jauh lebih bagus gitu. Ini tiba-tiba ada level confidence, difficulty, strategies, challenges. Meanwhile, you don't talk about anything, any of these, ya, in your literature review. Nah, makanya ada section tadi itu kan perception, kemudian how to measure perception. To measure perception itu adalah berarti we are talking about questionnaire. Nah, questionnaire yang kita gunakan itu ada bagaimana karakteristiknya, ada berapa bagian, ya, ada berapa topik misalkan dan sebagainya. Now you talk about that in literature review. Do not something like this. All of a sudden we have this kind of thing, but we never talk this before. Nah, jadi kita tak paham maksudnya ini apa. Gitu. Kemudian this is ini table of specification-nya kan maksudnya nih, maka saya bilang bukan blueprint, ya. Ini adalah apa namanya questionnaire-nya. Ini kenapa sampai banyak sekali ini? SD, D, sangat strongly disagree,
Somehow disagree.
awesome.
It's 7 point like it scales.
Somehow. Netral?
Yes, neutral.
Apa netral? Ini yang mungkin agak susah karena netral itu kita nggak tahu maksudnya apa. Kalau dikasih zero berarti, tapi kan harus ada nilainya gitu kan ya. Kalau saya sarankan n-nya yang dibuang. Jadi ini bolehlah nih somehow disagree, somehow agree, agree, strongly agree. Tapi kalau begini tidak boleh sama, misalkan ini SD, ini SD, ini SA, ini SA, tidak boleh gitu. Harus dibedakan. Mungkin SH gini kan somehow. Jadi bukan SA. Oke, saya kira itu aja ya. Kita pun udah kena running out. Alright, I think that's it for today. Do you have any questions, Regina?
Yes, sir.
Apa tuh?
Kalau misalnya mau ambil kuesioner yang sudah ada, itu apakah harus boleh dimodif tapi based on kuesioner itu
Ya, sure.
based
Ya. Nah, bagusnya itu yang sudah ada kemudian dimodif, nah, gitu.
Yes, sir.
Ya, makanya saya bilang karena kalau dengan demikian itu penelitiannya lebih berkualitas karena lebih bagus kita itu menggunakan kuesioner yang sudah ada, berarti kuesioner itu adalah standar sudah gitu. Karena membuat kuesioner yang baik itu juga melalui prosesnya mungkin menjadi satu penelitian kan gitu. Jadi kita kalau penelitian menggunakan kuesioner yang sudah jadi, berarti penelitian kita menggunakan kuesioner yang sebagai hasil penelitian orang lain. Nah, gitu kira-kira. So that's why it is strongly recommended to have the questionnaire from others rather than you construct yourself, ya. Itu tingkat validity, reliability-nya itu sangat diragukan. Alright, more questions? Ini kalau di apa dari tadi berarti sebenarnya sudah cukup lah ya untuk memperbaikinya itu sudah cukup. Tinggal kamu follow my suggestion ya. I think it will be okay. Nah tadi itu kan yang paling terakhir itu kan sudah ada kan ini nih. Ini nih kalau seandainya kamu memang sudah membuatnya. Nah, itu, tapi kita harus benar-benar yakin gitu. Kalau ini karena bikin sendiri misalkan, nah itu kurang yakin. Jadi kalau menurut saya nanti ininya yang perlu kamu pikirkan lagi. I do recommend that you have the what's that the complete questionnaire. Nanti untuk revisi itu ininya harus sudah jadilah gitu. Makanya untuk bisa bagus ya nilainya. Karena kalau cuma begini, aduh, yang jelas payahlah, nah, gitu ya. You have to. Ini kan masakan questionnaire cuma 5 kan.
Ya,
Ini
belum jadi,
interview, interview kalau 5 masih interview itu kalau 5 masih oke. Tapi kalau questionnaire nggak bisa. Ya. You have to have sufficient numbers of questions. Oke? Gimana Regina? Sudah cukup?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Maybe last question untuk
Apa?
questionnaire ini minimal berapa, sir?
Ya, karena kita harus pakai teori itu tadi, tergantung teori yang you pakai lah. Nah,
tergantung
kamu
teori.
tidak ada teorinya, gimana nak nyebutnya?
Oke,
Ya
sir.
sebenarnya dia pakai aspek, misalkan ada 3 aspek. Jadi setiap aspek itu misalkan 5, ya itu aja dah 15. Kan begitu. Jadi aspek biasanya. Kalau kuesioner misalkan yang seperti yang dikembangkan oleh orang untuk mengetahui kemampuan learning strategies yang seperti itu kan bisa sampai 40, 30 paling tidak questionnaire. So they have to comprehensive, investigation using questionnaire. Karena questionnaire itu cuma jawaban yes or no, kan harus menggunakan banyak pertanyaan supaya yang kita ingin ketahui itu benar-benar sudah benar-benar sudah komprehensif kita menanyakannya gitu lah kira-kira. Oke?
Sudah, Sir.
Oke, sip, saya kira begitu.